This video on FPL TV is very proudly sponsored by ONEFOOTBALL. With a rating of 4.8 out of 5 from now over 100,000 reviews on the App Store, ONEFOOTBALL truly is the biggest and best app for football news, scores and stats from hundreds of leagues all over the world. As for FPL, you can choose to follow every team in the Premier League on ONEFOOTBALL and then get live updates from all the goals and assists every game week. Download it now completely free using the link in the description box below. Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV. Before looking ahead to Boxing Day's Game Week 19, let's look back to how the side held up in the blank Game Week 18. As mentioned in my last video, I was heading into blank Game Week 18 in pretty dire straits, where due to the cancellations I only had 8 players that were set to feature that game week. Because of this, I was weighing up 2 transfers, with Ronaldo potentially heading out for Ollie Watkins, who had a nice home fixture against Burnley, and with that move, it would then also allow me to fund Phil Foden in midfield, who I was strongly considering as a differential captain last week against Newcastle. However, I also said that any moves I make would be held until the very last minutes due to the very volatile nature of fixture postponements at the moment, just in case we did receive any further news regarding fixtures. And boy was it a good thing I waited, with the Aston Villa Burnley game getting called off just an hour before the game week deadline. With the Aston Villa game getting called off, that meant I couldn't then make the move for Ollie Watkins. And in the end, this actually benefited me significantly, because with that, I couldn't bring in Phil Foden either, who ended up getting benched against Newcastle anyway. A blessing in disguise. There were other ways for me to bring in Phil Foden for a hit last week, and downgrading Ronaldo to Lacazette instead was a consideration. However, after that point, with fixtures getting postponed so close to kickoffs, it just seemed that any fixture could have been at risk that weekend, and therefore taking a hit last week just felt too risky. So, with my transfer plans scuppered, and now with just one fixture left on the Saturday being Arsenal and Leeds, I felt I had to get more coverage in that fixture and also bring in a solid vice-captain, because at that point it felt any game on the Sunday could have too been at risk, and at that time it was looking a real possibility that Arsenal Leeds could have been the only fixture of the game week. With that, and with very little time to decide, I made one free transfer of Jarrod Bowen to Emile Smith-Rowe, who was handed the vice-captaincy. The move started off poorly, with Smith-Rowe only making the bench. However, as he did in the previous game week, he came on in the second half and netted a goal anyway, with Rafinha also scoring a penalty in that game, so things really went my way. It was nice to also have a vice-captaincy goal banked, just in case fixtures did get cancelled on the Sunday. A nice bit of insurance. With me having only 8 players for the game week, one of my ways to combat managers with a full 11 was to consider a differential captaincy, with a huge majority of managers still understandably sticking to Mo Salah. Phil Foden was a strong consideration of mine, but with me in the end not able to bring him in, this also benefited me hugely in another way, with me therefore handing the armband to João Cancelo instead, and this will no doubt go down as one of the key moves of my season so far. Cancelo recorded an incredible season-high 18-pointer, whilst the heavily captained Mo Salah blanked for only the second time this season, so I got incredibly fortunate here and could not have asked for a better outcome on that move. Ironically, the incredible Mo Salah was the only player of my 8 to blank last week, with Jota and all my defence returning points. An utterly superb result for me from what was looking like it was going to be a painful game week. So for Game Week 18, thanks mainly to the Cancelo captaincy, which was a domino effect of the Villa game getting postponed, my team ended on an extremely pleasing 76 points without a hit, and with that a significant green arrow of 120,000 places up to 140k. 140k is still by no means a position to be proud of, but in fairness it is my highest rank of the season so far, and in fact, considering how poor the last few seasons have been for me personally, this may just be my highest rank in a good long while, so on a personal level it's certainly something I'm happy with. The challenge now of course is to keep on pushing forward, and now to target getting inside the top 100k before the end of the year. So let's move on to Boxing Day's Game Week 19 now, and see how my squad currently lines up with one free transfer available and 1.6 million in the bank. Also, if you do enjoy the content here at FPL TV, then be sure to leave a like and most importantly get subscribed. You can also hit the notification bell so you always know when a new video goes live. It really helps support the channel. So for this team selection segment of the video, yesterday I spent the day writing 1,600 words for this part and recorded it all set to release today on the 23rd of December. The plan was to then take a few days off away from the videos for Christmas. However, just as I was set to release that video, some huge news has now been released regarding the Boxing Day fixtures, which renders everything that I wrote and spoke about completely null and void. The news is that the 2 early kickoffs in Game Week 19, Wolves vs Watford and Liverpool vs Leeds, have now also been postponed, heavily affecting my team with no less than 6 players from those fixtures. Unfortunately now, I'm not going to have time to rewrite and re-record a brand new video, and for that reason, I can't today say exactly what I'm going to do with my team in this situation, so sorry for any inconvenience caused. My initial reaction is to use the free hit, and of course we do have one extra now, thanks to FPL giving every manager a second free hit chip. But I'm first going to need to think this over, and also get up to speed with all the ramifications of these postponements going forward. I guess the one positive is at least I already have Ronaldo in my side, who looks to be a very strong captaincy candidate with Liverpool now missing out. With Mo Salah now blanking and soon setting off for the AFCON, could now be the time to sell him, maybe for Son, Mahrez, who knows. All I can say to you now is that for any team updates you can check the FPL TV Twitter page, and I'll also post the final team over on the YouTube community tab. I'm sorry that I can't be more specific right now, but obviously in this current climate, situations like this just can't be helped. I've made plans to spend the next few days away from the computer with loved ones, so simply don't have time to rewrite and re-record a new video now. Good luck to you all for what looks to be another chaotic game week, and regardless of what holiday you celebrate this time of year, I wish a nice and safe holiday to you all. FPL responsibly and catch you all in the next video.